This video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakurako.
Alright, it is finally happened. The time is here. One Punch Man Season 3 has finally been officially announced. One Punch Man Season 3 is in production and it's going to be a thing. At least that's what we know for sure right now. However, we have very limited knowledge on what's going on at this point. And I'm gonna go over everything we know at this moment in time. So at the end of the new One Punch Man Chapter 170, which I promise I'll have a review for tomorrow, we got an announcement for One Punch Man Season 3 being in production. And we see this incredible visual here of Saitama and Red Garo back to back, and it pretty much tells us to go to the onepunchman-anime.net website, and when we go there, it's more or less kind of showing us the same thing. And of course, this is like a full-blown Japanese site, so you could just kind of get like a rough English translation from it, where it says like animation third phase production start and new teaser visual, which is what we're seeing here. And then it kind of directs us to the Twitter for the One Punch Man anime, and when we go there, it says animation One Punch Man third stage production starts. A new teaser visual drawn by Oath Kubota, who was in charge of character design for the first and the second seasons, has been released. Follow-up information will be announced on the official website and official SNS from time to time site. So this is like major. This is almost everything that we wanted to hear, and I'll get to the whole almost part. But first, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, Tokyo Treat and Sakurako. Tokyo Treat is a monthly Japanese snack subscription box where you'll get up to 20 of the latest, most exclusive limited edition and seasonal flavor Japanese snacks that are only available in Japan and for a limited time, like Sakura Pepsi, Japanese sake, Kit Kats, and many more. While Sakurako is also a monthly Japanese snack subscription box, but you'll receive 20 traditional and authentic artisan Japanese snacks, including Japanese tea, and one special Japanese tableware with your box every month. Sakurako helps in partnering with local Japanese snack makers to continue to share Japanese culture and traditions that have been passed down for over 100 years. They both also come with these great little booklets that give you information on all of the snacks and items in the box, along with information on Japan itself, including the Moon Festival. This month, Tokyo Treat invites you to join them in celebrating Tsukimi through the Moon Festival Munchies box, which contains a variety of seasonal and exclusive Japanese snacks inspired by Tsukimi, such as Salt Lemon Kit Kat, Mikan Mochi, and Full Moon Pond Cracker. Meanwhile, Sakurako celebrates Tsukimi through its Kyoto Moon Festival box, partnering with local Kyoto government. They invite you to experience the cultural and culinary-rich snacks of Kyoto, the birthplace of Japan's Tsukimi celebration. All snacks pair excellently with Gion Sujiri Hojicha tea in this month's box. So we always have to try the ramen that we get with Tokyo Treat, and this month it's Danbei Tempura Udon. These are unlike any noodles I've had in like American instant ramen. And of course, the special Japanese Kit Kats that we always get, and this month it's Salt Lemon, which is like the most unique flavor I think I've gotten so far. You know what I'm gonna say? This is amazing. I don't even really like lemon flavored things, but this makes me appreciate the lemon flavor unlike I really ever have before. So let's try the special tea that we get with Sakurako, and this month it's Gion Sujiri Hojicha. Ooh. I think I'll enjoy this tea with this yuzu dorayaki. And I'll eat it on this little plate that Sakurako gives you. See, I have myself a little relaxing afternoon here. A little snack, a little plate, some tea. So guys, if you're interested in getting some Tokyo Treat or Sakurako, please check out the link in the description and make sure you use my code, because that way you'll get $5 off your first box. You're not only going to be helping me and the channel, but you'll also be helping yourself, because this is a nice little treat that you're going to get every month. Thanks guys. So the fact that Oath Kubota is returning is good, right? Because he did the character designs for the first and second season. And as far as I know, he's not like directly tied to any studio or anything. So that doesn't mean that it's going to be like, you know, what you're thinking, like, yo, JC Staff is coming back to make this season like they did season 2. But this guy is kind of just like an individual for the most part. But I would say that this is a good sign that he is coming back to at least design the characters for this season. And I'm assuming the visual we see here was designed by him. And to be honest, it looks pretty good. I'm not worried at all by this visual here. I mean, if I'm just judging this by itself, because we don't know the studio that's going to be animating and producing this season yet, because that's like the big make or break thing, right? Well, according to some leakers, such as Zhoniin leaks on Twitter, they were somehow able to break this information like 8 hours before it was officially released with Chapter 170 on the Tonari website. That's like the Japanese website where the raws are released, where they said One Punch Man season 3 is in production and change in anime studio for season 3. Even before Shonen Leaks had released this information, I personally had heard it from like multiple inside people. And to be honest, that's like a really good thing because that's what we want. And no, you know, offense to JC Staff or whatever. I'm sure they work hard and they do their best or whatever, but we saw what came of season 2. And for the most part, it was lackluster, and large in part because it was following in the footsteps of season 1, which was legendary and will always be legendary. I mean, it's the reason why 95% of us are One Punch Man fans, right? So JC Staff was kind of at a disadvantage, to be honest, because they had some very large shoes to fill and they just couldn't fill them. So right off the bat, the fact that it's not going to be JC Staff, allegedly. I don't want to confirm anything here because I myself don't know for sure. I'm only going off of these leakers' information, but it seems like it's pretty much the case here. Because I also feel that like One was also maybe trying to mitigate JC Staff from doing season 3 as well. Now, what could the different studio be? Well, you know, like it said on the Twitter page for the One Punch Man anime, we're going to get updates in the following couple days or weeks or whatever, so we won't know right now. But I would say at this point in time, the prime candidate is Bones. And Bones, if you're not familiar, is like a really good studio. Some of the notable series that they produced are Mob Psycho 100, the other series that was created by One, but also My Hero Academia. And I think Bones would be a perfect fit for One Punch Man at this point. So yeah, that's all I can really talk about for the surface level stuff at this point. So at this point, I kind of want to go below the surface and talk about some spoiler stuff, some stuff that I think is going to happen in season 3. So if you're just like a casual and you don't want to know, you can check out now. So if you've been following the channel, you know that I've been talking about season 3 for a while now. I've been speculating about what I think it's going to comprise of, and it seems like it's coming to fruition, to be honest, because all of these redraws and retcons that we've been having with the manga over the last 2 years, I've said that they have been made for the purpose of season 3 being more cohesive. But right now, I'll just say that I personally think, and I'm like 90% sure at this point, that season 3 is going to comprise of chapters 85 to 112. And some of you might be like, no, you're wrong. Season 3 is going to go all the way up to where the manga is currently, with Garo fighting Saitama and all the time travel stuff. And to you I say, there's just no way that's happening. And I mean like, no way. Take it from me, guys. Pretty sure that season 3 is going to be chapters 85 to 112. And I don't mean like the traditional 85 to 112 that you can like read on Viz right now. I mean like the redraws and the retcons. And you might also be thinking, well, that's not enough chapters to comprise of an entire season. Well, I say that it actually is, because these aren't like standard Weekly Shonen Jump chapters that are like, you know, 22 pages long or whatever. These are like One Punch Man chapters from like 2 to 3 years ago, where some of them are like over 100 pages long. So I won't go too much into it, but I'll just say that the season is going to open up with chapter 85, where we see like the executive going over what had happened in the previous episode, them like calling out Blast, if anything, and bringing together the S-Class strike team to go and save Waganma, who was captured in season 2. And then the season will end on Saitama taking on Orochi, ultimately defeating defeating him with the Sirius squirt gun, and for it to reveal the mural of God's resurrection. That's pretty much it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think about season 3 being announced in the comments, and if you liked it, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.